Greetings, everyone. So today I want to talk about something different from the previous videos. It's about a bespoke composition that I did for the trailer of Clownface Director's Cut, directed by Alex Bourne. So Clownface is a feature film that I scored back in 2019, and now it has its director's cut being released in UK. Now I think is already on Amazon Prime. So if you haven't watched it, I would recommend that you go and check it out. I'm very proud of this score, as I won quite several awards on that one. Anyway, so the core idea for this trailer is that I wanted to build a lot of tension through the use of texture, rhythm, and short motifs. Okay, there's also a lot of contrast between sparse atmospheres and very strong, impactful moments. I also wanted to include here, and was a request from Alex Bourne, some brief quotations on themes that I created for the feature film. My approach to this was to build a composition using only pretty much 95% only trailer style sound design packs. Okay, so all the material was selected, edited, and arranged into a coherent structure. There's a lot of focus on shaping, not just layering. The emotional function is pretty much to build anticipation and tension, alternating with moments of restraint. The development of the piece, well, it's a lot of slow builds, sudden hits, and increasing density. The energy rises progressively towards the final section. Some of the key elements I use here: low textures and drones, impacts and hits, risers and transitions, and also use of silence and very sparse moments. The structure here is pretty much following trailer style. Sections built from around different functions. So for example, there's the intro, there's certain music, so to speak, or themes that I use, then there's the build, escalation, and then final impacts. So as I said, there's some quotations here. We'll show them when they appear. There's only 2 moments in the whole trailer music here. And as I said before, like because it's used with pre-designed sound packs, so this is not like traditionally composed from scratch. Okay, is the whole idea is designed by shaping pre-existing material into a unified piece. Okay, having said that, let's have a look here for a few things I've done. Here my DAW. This time I'm using a digital performer, which I really like, especially for working audio. It's great. So first thing is, like I mentioned, there's quite a lot of use of hits, and if we just listen here to the just very beginning, and after it, of course, I will play the whole thing, but just listen to this, which is like I put here as clown hit, because you have a lot of hit, bit of silence, and another impact. So like something like this goes. Swooshes, another impact, silence, another hit. Of course, it has to do with appearance of what's happening here in the trailer. There's a lot of some uses of drones that I like, and while you have the drones functioning as bedding, there's other things happening on top. So for example, if I play this drone here, which is very interesting, it's a lot of elements going on it as well. So this is one very interesting from Deep Forest, the developers I use. I use Deep Forest and Gothic Storm Toolworks, very good for designing this type of trailer music. There is a lot of quiet moments, as I actually just showed to you, right? It was just the very beginning here, where you have those hits, the silence, and then another hit, and then of course this is a moment here that gets a little bit more so silent, so to speak, so we get something like this. So lots of textures and low drones. It's very drony. It's build that and the hits as an anticipation. But we also have like these moments of contrast. So for example, here, as I put the downer, and you have pretty much that just that stem that goes like this. Okay, just that's built. It's for a kind of a calm moment and dialogue here in the trailer. Then later you have something like this. Well, another hit, of course, because of the event that is showing there. These whooshes that, of course, tell us that something changed. I want to save here because that's the climatic moment, but that's another very big contrasting element that you have. I also want to show here, as I mentioned, the two elements, musical elements, more musical, let's say, they're from the original score. So the Clownface had the character itself, the villain, has different elements to help characterize him himself. So for example, one is actually the timpani. So let me just get it right at the beginning here. You have this timpani sound that appear there. Yes. So what you're hearing here is a highly processed timpani playing a descending minor second. So this descending minor second was used as one of the motifs for Clownface. So timpani was one of the instruments among many others that was widely used in the entire soundtrack. And another thing I do at the very end, it's here, those piano lines at that moment right there. Okay, so we're gonna listen to this. So this is actually those first three notes is from the whole A note movement. There's one of the main Clownface motifs. So who has watched the movie and pay attention to the soundtrack, you will remember that motif on its full length because one of the main core ones and very important. Okay, I think I have said enough about it. So what we're going to do now, let's listen to the whole thing, of course, with the movie. Okay, so we're going to open here for us and we can watch that in context. I will just, of course, just make a few comments as we go through. So hang on, let me just bring the movie again. There we go, here's the movie. So I think we can start. I always have to bring back like that. One moment, because I don't want to put, otherwise it's going to be the other screen. So let's hit it.
I used to live here when I was little, and I spent so much time in the woods. My own imaginary world. I always thought the stories about the clown were just imaginary too. Until I saw him.
Let's see the importance here with the imagery. There we go. Very on the nose. The timpani.
Anniversary since Zoe Bates and Rick Barker were involved in vicious attacks. Mr. Barker's mutilated body was found in the early hours by roommate Jenna Carter as she returned home from the night out. I just feel like I'm going mad.
So that's the moment here, the text and the low drones, creating some anticipation. And the big hit here in silence.
Why are you following me?
I wanted to talk to you about your friend Zoe.
And now it's going to be a big action moment, which is some of the main elements for that section. You can see a lot of the editing I did here with the audio to make it very cohesive. So it's like this percussion, pa 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 pa. Okay, now another moment of more silence, real music on the background, so we have this calmer moment.
to face off against him. To get revenge, isn't this what you wanted? Oh, you're scared. You're scared. It's okay to be scared, but this is it, Harry.
Now I
This is
have
what
the
you've been building up to.
creative
This is it.
momentum
Damn right I'm scared.
for that. And
Going.
here coming Clownface. Silence and the final big moment. The piano, the first three notes of the whole thing. And there you have it. That's the music I wrote for Clownface Director's Cut. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you then next time. Thank you.